You're like, I don't know if I'm reading myself right. You know, I'm not sure if I'm reading my emotions right. Am I reading fears? Am I reading, that kind of thing. So it's kind of just a waffling kind of, I don't really trust myself kind of feeling. Aries, you have a change you want to make, and it's kind of making you a bit nervous. So we're going to do a reading on that. We're going to do some checks here. I've got all the major arcanas here to check on what the unrealized fears are, what the best and worst case scenarios are, and then also what the actual outcome could be. So let's get started with that. So I'm going to shuffle these while I am doing that. So I want you to think about the change. I want you to think about the change that you are wanting to make and why you are nervous about it. What is it that's making you nervous? We've got the Wheel of Fortune that's coming up as part of your unacknowledged fear. That's kind of getting in the way. Your unacknowledged fear, what this means is it is something that is holding you back that you don't really realize. There's a lot of people, okay, I'm going to preface this with nobody likes change. Nobody does. None of us like to do it. We like the results, but none of us like to do it. Anybody who tells you that they enjoy the process of changing is a liar. And so they're a liar. And the thing is that Aries, you're no different. You're no different, So this whole Wheel of Fortune being the unfounded fear, I think that you've got some anxieties that are having to do with just how much this is going to cause a change for you. It's not a simple change that you're looking at. It's going to have like the ripple effect through everything that you've got. And you know this, and you're like, I don't know, I'm ready for this thing to change, but I'm not ready for that to change. That's kind of what I'm seeing here with the fears. I'm not ready for that. I'm not sure if I want to let go of these things, but I want to let go of this thing. But it's a consequence to let go of this for those to go too. So let's see here. So what is the worst case scenario? Oh, side note, there's like construction going on outside. Yesterday it was a generator because they were powering their air gun. Today, I think it's a table saw. So you may hear the occasional construction noises. I do apologize. I am literally moving in 2 days. By the time you see this, I will have already moved. Yeah, so next time I'm going to be in a different space, my permanent space, which will be really nice. Back to what I was saying. Let's talk about like what the worst case scenario is. Worst case scenario if Aries makes this change. We've got the Hierophant on top. Okay. Worst case scenario, you find out that it was the same thing. You find out this change is creating the same thing that you were in before. Because the Hierophant talks about comfort and personal comfort structures. So the thing is that you find out that it's a lot of the same. That's the best way I can say here. A lot of the same, or you may find it to be a little restrictive. This guy's all about the rules. All about the rules. A little restrictive. From a positive side of this card, and I'm saying this because there may be one or two of you out there that need this. Worst case scenario, you're comfortable. You're comfortable with it. And it's something that you're familiar with. Another thing is that if you find it's a bunch of the same, that's the result. You're comfortable with it. You already know all this stuff. It's kind of like moving into, going from one insurance job to another insurance job. You're comfortable with insurance, so it's not really a big deal. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. What's the best case scenario? Best case scenario here for Aries, for this change that they're wanting to make. Remember, I only have like the major arcana, so it's kind of hard to shuffle. Best case scenario for this situation, please. For Aries change, the Aries change they're wanting to make. Okay, I'm about to choose here in a bit. That was a weird noise. Right here. Look at that! Best case scenario, the Sun card. Happiest card in the deck. That's a really good best case scenario. Really good best case scenario. It just means that everything is shown to you and everything's come to be where everything about you and how you feel about this change is bright and sunny. Bright and sunny. Bright and excited, and you feel like everything can move forward smoothly because it's all well lit. There's nothing hidden in the shadows. It's wonderful, you know, kind of a rainbows and butterflies kind of feeling, you know, that you're going to be super thrilled with it. Like it's going to be everything you ever wanted to ask for. And here's the reliable outcome. High Priestess. That was the most likely outcome right here. So the High Priestess being the most likely outcome. What this says is that you're going to find yourself. You're going to find who you are in all of this. Because I think what it feels like is that you may have some realizations that end up coming out that help you realize that you don't like certain things or you do like certain things. It helps you realize who you are in this process. I'm sorry, my glasses are driving me bonkers. I'm taking them off. Okay. Because I need new glasses. Okay. And I can read without them, so who cares? So the High Priestess, it's all about figuring out who she is. She knows who she is. And she can feel the right way of doing things or the right path that you need to go on. So the thing is, I feel like you're going to have better direction and be far more balanced. Because when you look at this card right here, you can see the two pillars on each side, right? You've got Boaz and Yakim. Severity and mercy. So it's two extremes. It's two sides of the spectrum. And notice that she's in the middle. Balance. You've got a balanced perspective, right? All right, let's do this. Let's get some clarification. Clarification on these. Give us some more details on Aries for this change that they're making. More details for Aries for this change they're making, please. One more. There we go. Okay. Nice. Okay, so tell us about this wheel. Tell us about this fear that Aries has. Tell us more about this fear. What is it specifically, please? What is it specifically for Aries? Interesting. The Sun. Two more. The Sun. Everything's illuminated. That worries you. But that's the best case scenario too. Two more, please. Two more. Why? Tell me about this wheel. Why is the wheel here? Oh my. Okay. Top two. Got it. Five of Wands, Queen of Cups. You know, you've been trying to use your intuition this whole time. You've been trying to, you know, feel what it is inside you that you've wanted. Because to be aware of yourself is to be aware of who you are and what you want, right? You know that you want this. You know that you want the Sun. I mean, look at the illumination and the happiness that this person is experiencing right here. Just like, ha, you know, it's like, you know, gates of heaven come down, right? But that makes you nervous. It creates a lot of conflict within you. Creates a lot of conflict within you because you're not sure if this is the right direction you should be going. This is another very intuitive card. These two women in this deck right here, the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups, are the two most intuitive women, psychic women in the deck. They're very aware of their emotions, and the thing is that to be psychic is to be able to read and feel emotions within you. And that's been something that you're like, I don't know if I'm reading myself right. You know, I'm not sure if I'm reading my emotions right. Am I reading fears? Am I reading, you know, that kind of thing. So it's kind of just a waffling kind of, I don't really trust myself kind of feeling. That's what it is. Let's talk about this Hierophant. What's the Hierophant here for the worst case scenario, please? All right, we got the Five of Swords and Nine of Swords. Boy, I'm surprised. For the worst case scenario. One more. And the Knight of Cups. We've got another two, but they don't matter. So we've got Five of Swords, Nine of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. Very restrict. So I'm going to imagine that this Hierophant means very restrictive space for you. A restrictive space where there's a lot of rules, a lot of regulations and stuff, and you're in a vulnerable spot. This Knight of Cups, is the most vulnerable knight in the whole deck. And so, because emotions and everything, affections, that's vulnerability. So you're going to feel like you don't have any sort of protection, if that makes sense. And it's going to stress you the hell out. You're like, I made this sacrifice, Five of Swords. I made this sacrifice for this thing, and I ended up putting myself into a position where I'm very vulnerable, and it's stressing me the hell out. Worst case scenario. Kind of scary. I mean, so this is why you're worrying if it's the right decision or not, because that's a pretty dire looking worst case scenario that is possible. And you know that it's possible. Okay, so let's do this here. But tell me more about the Sun. Best case scenario. Making this change. Best case scenario, please. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. Oh, I'm going to take this one too. Ace of Wands and Two of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. So it's going to create a lot of really good financial stability for you, okay? A lot of really good financial stability and safety as far as like in the 3D, everything around you, right? House, home, that kind of thing. A lot of stability as far as that stuff. However, it's going to be hard, okay? With this 10 of Wands, it's going to be hard. It's going to carry a lot of weight. It's going to be a lot of work. You don't seem to mind this, which is cool. You know, you may actually want to be busier because this is in the best case scenario. You may actually want to be a little bit busier because you know what? It fires up the passion within you with this Ace of Wands, despite the fact that you are juggling different aspects of things. Juggling more than you used to. Yeah, juggling more than you used to. But you're balancing it. And see, she's just kind of swinging it around like, you know, pretty actually skilled looking, you know? Pretty skilled. That's interesting. Okay. Tell me about the High Priestess, please. About the actual potential result. Now remember, tarot does not dictate action. You do. You do. But tarot is really good at giving advice on what would happen if you did this and what happened if you do that. It's really good at giving advice, giving warnings, giving, you know, a pep talk. In my experience, it gives warnings and slaps me in the face. I'm kidding. No, I'm not. Any tarot reader out there watching this, they're going to be like, huh? One more card, please. We've got the Page of Cups and we've got the Ace of Pentacles here. So this is good. This is good, actually. One more card, please. Oh, Page of Pentacles. Good. So we've got 2 pages and an ace. Okay? 2 pages and an ace. So what this is telling me is that this High Priestess here symbolizes, yeah, you're going to come to a new perspective within yourself in regards to who you are, what you want. It's going to be kind of more, more balanced and everything, right? More balanced. It's going to make you a little bit on the dreamy side. Seeing the potential for future improvements. Yeah, seeing the potential for future improvements to plant that seed right here, right? Plant that seed, build something really solid because you want that pentacle when it comes to finances and stuff in house and home. And right here, this Page of Pentacles right here, it shows a little bit of effort towards that pentacle. What's interesting, though, is that when you look at your best case scenario, you've got all these pentacles going on here. All these pentacles. And so there's a strong possibility that the outcome could include that sun, right? Could include that sun. And it's going to make you feel more balanced in regards to things. You're going to be like, yeah, this was amazing. This is a good choice. And create a better overall outcome. It is a change when you have pages. Those are new beginnings. It is a change for sure. I feel like there's something else I have to say to you. I'm trying to figure out what it is. Finding the balance of it's weird. What I'm hearing is finding the balance of flash and dignity. Maybe you know what that is. I don't. But that's what I'm hearing. So if that's for you, let me know. Great. All right, Aries, that's what I've got for you today. Thank you so much for being here. Next time I'm going to be in my new space. So excited. And I will see you guys next time.